Which side will you choose? Outrider is black, new Blackout destination, 2 new multiplayer maps, and the Blackout character. Nothing for zombies. Oh god. Let me go ahead and play. Oh jeez. Come on. Yo, this is mad. What the hell? Is that the Dead Ups Arcade monkey? What? There's new weapons and camos. I don't even know why I'm excited, because it's not even zombie stuff, but regardless. Okay, there's Standoff. Standoff is back.
Outrider reporting in.
Outrider is back, the specialist from Black Ops 3.
Kiss some goodbye.
Oh, it's buried! Yes! Oh my god, it's underground as well. Oh my god. It's back, lads. These are the 2 new multiplayer maps. This is Casino. And, yeah, here's Casino.
Damn straight.
Wait, Misty! I missed it! Where was she? I missed it. Is Misty back? The Victor's crew are coming then. Dude, the Cosmic Silverback. What? They've got the freaking Cosmic Silverback, as if. I did not expect him to be in this at all. Oh my god. Okay, so there's no zombies map coming. Wait, what? What was that? Wait, what? So there was a zombies tease at the end. What map is that? Why does that look like Mob of the Dead? Wait, what? It is Mob of the Dead. Yo! What if we get the original Mob of the Dead? Yo, what if they bring us the original Mob of the Dead? Not Blood of the Dead, just the original. Why have they just randomly put Mob of the Dead at the end? What? Oh shit. Yo, I'm rewatching this. Let's rewatch. Actually, I'm going to just upload it to my channel real quick. Jesus. That just came out of nowhere. Well, they've still got the live stream in a month. Not in a month, in 2 hours. So that's still coming. That just came out of nowhere, so I'm just going to quickly upload it. I might as well. Did they post it on their channel? So, what on earth is going on? Are we getting the original Mob of the Dead? What is going on? We must be getting the original Mob of the Dead. Quick, let me download this. Everyone's saying Mob of the Dead in Blackout. Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe we're going to be getting Mob of the Dead in Blackout. Or that could be the Gauntlet coming for Blood of the Dead. Yeah, it could be the Gauntlet. Which will be disappointing if it is. Have they posted it on COD's channel? Let me check. No, it's not on there. Hurry up and download. Okay, so the Victor's crew are coming. There's the Cosmic Silverback from Dead Ups Arcade. Was there any other new characters? Well, there's Outrider, but was there any other campaign characters or anything like that, or zombie characters? Did they show any of the other transit crew? I will rewatch it in a second, but I'm just going to quickly get it up on my channel. Actually, whilst we're waiting for that, I will go ahead and watch it on COD's channel again. So let's get this up whilst it's converting. Right, let's watch this again. Dude, imagine if the Mob of the Dead crew come to Blackout. So we've got the Cosmic Silverback. New characters, Cosmic Silverback, and we've got Outrider. So they will be coming. And then we're going to be getting the Victor's crew too. So I don't know if they're going to be coming later because they never announced them at all. And then we've got these new outfits, so they'll just be coming for our specialists, I believe. That obviously fits the cops versus robbers theme. We've got new weapons. What weapons are these? I don't even know, but the camos look nice. They're police-themed camos, so hopefully these are going to be available within Zombies straight away tomorrow, because last time they added them to multiplayer and we didn't get the new weapons until, in Zombies until, a month or so later. Okay, we've got 2 new maps, Casino and Station. And there's also one in the Chamber and Hot Pursuit coming to Blackout. So, no, one in the Chamber's coming to multiplayer, sorry, and Hot Pursuit is coming to Blackout. So Hot Pursuit will be a Cops versus Robbers mode coming to Blackout. We also get the Warden in Blackout. Wait, what? Where? So, obviously Zombies Chronicles 2 is going to be coming at some point, so we will be getting a proper Buried remake within that. Oh my god, there, I saw her. There she is, there's Misty in Buried, so she will be coming to Blackout too. Yeah, Mob of the Dead will probably be coming to Blackout then. Brutus is also coming, people are saying. Why is this thing still converting? Okay, Outrider is coming.
Some good vibe.
Wait, you can use her. Oh, her bow and arrow is going to be OP as fuck in Blackout. Oh yes, Brutus is here. What? Brutus is coming to Blackout. Yo, what? The zombie skins as well. Look, the zombies have guns. What? What is going on? Why? What? Why is Brutus just in here? So are these going to be enemies? Why do they have guns? What the hell? This is so weird. Dude, this looks like some sort of special event. Look, all of the building is on fire. So maybe to enter the witch's mansion, you have to kill Brutus first and these zombies that have guns for some reason. I don't know why they've put him within there though. There's Misty once again, and there is a rabbit. Yeah, so there is going to be Brutus with a gun and zombies with guns within Buried. I have no idea why, that makes no sense. But yeah, Standoff is coming too, and right, this is the Casino multiplayer map. Okay, I don't think there's anything new being shown here, really. Okay, lock up. Wait, what? Why is it called Lockup? Oh, within the files, this map was called Station, so they've changed the name of it. So this police map is no longer called Station, it's called Lockup. Yeah, that skin is mad, that bunny rabbit. Guerrilla Warfare comes to Blackout. Oh my god, as if the Cosmic Silverback is coming. Dude, it looks so sick. Always bet on black. I swear that's racist. And there is a rumour there's going to be a new island. What if it's Alcatraz, says Raphael. Yes. Oh, the Spaz 12 is back. Yeah, some people have noticed that within the chat. Has this thing done converting yet? How is it not? As if it just came out of nowhere. Right, let's watch it again. I'll shut up now and just let you guys watch it.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
Damn straight.
Okay, so people were saying in the chat that at the end where it shows Mob of the Dead, that it shows parachutes. Oh, yes. So that means the full of Alcatraz must be coming to Blackout. Because there's parachutes coming down. So, I don't know why it's nighttime, though. There's some sort of storm over Alcatraz. Dude, this is going to be so sick. So there's Buried, there's Standoff, and there's Mob of the Dead coming to Blackout. And we're getting the Transit Crew, we're getting the Cosmic Silverback, we're getting Outrider. Tons of new skins, new guns, Spaz 12. So much stuff. So much stuff is coming. Why is this taking so long? Yeah, there is no zombies map coming tomorrow. There's just zombie stuff coming to Blackout, unfortunately. However, we will be getting a new zombies map next month, I think. So I'm sorry that we are not getting a zombies map tomorrow. I did make a video yesterday, and I said within that video, I didn't think it was coming until next month, and that I was correct, unfortunately. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but what are you going to do about it? Will this thing download anyways? I'll watch it again for you guys in the chat. Cameron Hill says zombies will be revealed during the live stream. It might be, but as I was saying, it is not coming tomorrow. I'm confident in that because it's not in the files. The 2 new multiplayer maps are in the files, but the zombies map isn't. So, you know, I think we are getting the second zombies map next month, unfortunately. Call of Duty uploaded it on YouTube, did they? Let's refresh. Oh, damn, they did. Right, let's try and download this. I wanted to post it real quick, but it's not letting me. Oh, hurry up. Come on. Alright, let's get this up real quick. I'll just copy my tags from this. Now you can see the behind the scenes. God, I'm so tired, and we've still got the live stream in 2 hours, bear in mind. So I'm really just, I hope, because we are not getting a new zombies map tomorrow, and we are just getting 2 multiplayer maps, although there are lots of zombie stuff coming to Blackout, I'm hoping that Treyarch, to make it up to us, will at least give us a release date for when we're getting DLC 2. So, let me just upload this. DLC 2 trailer. Oh my god, I can't even spell trailer. Okay, I need a thumbnail. What's the default thumbnails? Nah, they don't look good. I'm just going to get a screenshot from the actual trailer. So yeah, I think we're getting a Blackout map at night then, because, as I was saying, at the end of the trailer, it shows Mob of the Dead. Or Blood of the Dead, should I say. Yo, there's going to be so many cool Easter eggs, zombie Easter eggs in Blackout. It's going to be so cool. What should I use for the thumbnail? I need a good screenshot. I'll get the bit from Buried, actually, if I can find it. Here we go. I can't believe they've got Brutus in here. That came out of nowhere. Or maybe I'll get this image. We got Misty in there. Oh my god, let me screenshot. Get the freaking thing off screen. The operation ends tomorrow, says Tony Dodge. Yes, it does, because we're getting a new operation, which is Grand Heist. Let me go into screenshots. God, you can see the screenshots for the classified ending. Oh god, I don't even need to do that. I need to do where's the custom thumbnail thing? Wait, I'll just unlist it for a second. Refresh. There are also normal zombies as a skin, says Christos. I don't think they're skins, because in the gameplay, they were attacking the players still. So although they have guns, I don't think they are skins. It didn't look that way. Maybe they are. Maybe Brutus and also the zombies are skins, but it didn't look that way. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Where? Oh my god. Let me put a thumbnail. Acid says, did you see the trailer? Yes, I did. Exciting stuff. Well, let me crop this thing. Doesn't it let you crop it? What? I thought it lets you crop it on here. 1 second. Why is this taking me so long to just freaking upload a screenshot? Jeez. Quick, hurry up. I apologise for this. I will play the trailer once again. And we still have the live stream, as I was saying, in just 1 hour and 40 minutes time. So let me just save the thumbnail and I put this video up. Hurry up. Jeez. Man, this live stream has been a mess. I apologise for that. I'll go back on Black Ops 2 soon. Well, I'll keep breaking down the trailer. I don't know if it's worth doing a video on, to be honest. Or I should wait until we get the live stream. Because in the live stream, they'll reveal everything that's coming for sure. So I don't know whether I should wait for that. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I think when Blackout, when this new update does release, I'll do a full breakdown of I'll do a full breakdown where I compare Standoff and also Buried to their originals, graphically wise. I'll probably do videos on how to unlock the new characters, since the Victis Crew are coming, the Cosmic Silverback is coming. What else is coming? We might be getting Brutus as a skin, Zombies as a skin. There's just so much stuff that is coming. Anyways, on the live stream right now, I need to go ahead and bring all of my sub count and stuff back because I disabled it whilst I was watching the trailer. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Is that the right thing? Oh god, that's not the right thing. What is this image? I don't even know. Oh god, I don't want that. And we bring that on screen. Hopefully no one donated, by the way, whilst I had all of my donation buttons off. Because that would have been a bit of a mess. I'm trying to think. What else do I need to show? What is this? Oh, I need this on screen. I don't think I need it. Oh, I need this as well. And also I need... Well, I don't need the timer because it's gone too long now. So that's at 2 hours. Yeah, 1.5 hours now until we get the live stream from Trek. I'll go through the trailer once again right now. So we actually have the HD version. So let's go through it. I'll watch it again for you guys. Wait, Reaper's coming. The Cosmic Silverback is a Black Ops Pass skin, says Alok. Is that for 100%? Is that definitely a part of the Black Ops Pass? Let me check. Call of Duty's Twitter. I don't see anything. Let me retweet and like this. But yeah, we're not getting a new Zombies map, but there will probably be a new Gauntlet for Zombies. So that'll be for Mob of the Dead or Classified or both. Let's watch this.
Reporting in. Just some good vibe.
straight.
I wish we were getting new zombies map tomorrow, but at least we're getting lots of new content. There will be new content for zombies. I'm just trying to think how many videos I've got to make, because there's so many new characters coming. There's new sections coming to Blackout. I'm assuming there's going to be zombies Easter eggs within Blackout. There's going to be a new gauntlet, most likely. There might even be factions, so there's just so much. But I'll play it again for you guys. I'll just keep on playing it for a little while, just for you guys.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
Damn straight.
Yo, I might just put this on loop and just play it until we actually get the live stream from Trek, which is, as I was saying, in 1.5 hours we are getting a live stream from Trek. Hopefully they actually give us information about the zombies map that will be coming next month, I believe. But yeah, there's just so much within this update.
straight.
So yeah, for everyone joining the stream right now, I don't think we are getting the new Zombies map until next month, unfortunately. DLC 2 is just going to be 2 multiplayer maps. The DLC 2 Zombies map, unfortunately, won't be coming out till next month, I don't think. That's just the unfortunate thing about the Black Ops Pass, is that the maps are just going to be coming out sporadically. There's not really a set schedule. I guess it does suck. I did make a video about that yesterday. I thought that might have been the case, and well, it's been confirmed today, I guess. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm just adding an end screen to just the trailer that I just put up, by the way. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because we are still going to be getting like probably a new gauntlet for zombies. We are probably going to see that for Blood of the Dead, or indeed for Classified, or both. And what else are we going to see within this for zombies? Well, there'll be lots of zombies Easter eggs within Blackout. We're seeing the Victor's Crew. We are seeing, what else are we seeing? We are seeing the Cosmic Silverback, and we are seeing the Buried and Standoff remake within Operation Grand Heist within Blackout. And while I don't think this is the best thing in the world, I don't think it's too bad that we're not getting a zombies map just yet. As I was saying, we are still going to be getting the live stream from Trek in an hour and a half, so look out for that. I'll just keep playing this until it actually starts, though. Let me just close down Black Ops 2, actually. I was playing Black Ops 2 before, but there's kind of no point now. So, let me just exit that down. In fact, I don't even need this up. Let me go and, since I've downloaded it, I can exit this as well. Alright, let me go and just play it on loop.
some good vibe.
Damn straight.
Outrider reporting in. Just some good vibe.
Damn straight.
reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
Stand straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
Stand straight.
reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss him goodbye.
Stand straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss him goodbye.
Stand straight.
good vibe.
Stand straight.
Outrider reporting in. Just some good vibe.
straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss some goodbye.
Stand straight. straight.
Outrider reporting in. Just some good vibe.
Damn straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss them goodbye.
Stand straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss them goodbye. goodbye.
Stand straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss him goodbye.
Stand straight.
reporting in. Kiss him goodbye.
straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss him goodbye.
Stand straight. straight.
Outrider reporting in. Kiss some goodbye.
Stand straight.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Raffis, and welcome to Treyarch on this gorgeous President's Day. What you just saw was the new trailer for Operation 3 Grand Heist. Kicks off tomorrow first on PlayStation 4. And to discuss all of that and more, I'm here with the original Motley crew, Dan Bunting, Tony Flame, Matt Schrantz. We're going to dive into all things coming during this operation. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be
Great
here.
to be here.
No. Dial it back down from an 11. All right.
Monday morning.
It
You're
is.
asking a lot of us
It
right
is
now.
Monday. It is Monday. All right, Dan, want to kind of kick things off with you, if you could. Last day of Operation 2, heading into Operation 3 Grand Heist tomorrow. Shapes and colors. Remind us about the season structure. Tell us what is to come, and
Would
how hard
love
the team's
to.
been working on it.
So as you said, today is the last day of season 2. So get out there and finish that season out, because tomorrow it all kicks off with Operation 3 Grand Heist. And this is our biggest operation yet. This is something that the team has been working on really hard for the last few months to bring this to the fans. It is the beginning of the season tomorrow. That means that there is a ton of content and events planned throughout the season. So I want to make sure that our fans know that this is the kickoff. This is the beginning. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the trailer that we just watched is going to be available from day one. Some of it's going to come throughout the season. Some of it's going to come a little bit later. Some of it's going to come every week. So we have a lot of exciting action planned across multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies.
Well, to maybe for anybody that wants to sort of take a little bit of a deeper dive, we just released a blog post that has a roadmap for the operation.
Correct, yes.
So you get a bit of a feel for sort of generally what is coming when, but also get a good feel for the fact that, like, you know, we've got spring, summer, fall operations planned.
That's right. 6 operations planned throughout the year, and those are up on the blog post, as you mentioned. Of course, this week is when it all kicks off, so I want to kind of walk our fans through the series of events that are going to happen this week. Tomorrow is the big update. Of course, for multiplayer, the big thing that you're going to notice right off the bat is Outrider's coming. Outrider is a fan favorite specialist from Black Ops 3. I think a lot of people have been asking for Outrider to make her return in this game. We have done some overhauls to her mechanics. Of course, the Sparrow is a favorite. That's like one of the most rewarding weapons that we've probably ever released in a game. Yeah. And we've made it even better this time around. One of the big changes you're going to notice with the Sparrow is that it performs just as good when firing from the hip as it does when ADS. The benefit that ADS gets you is you get to get zoomed in for longer range combat. But that just makes it feel like it's just much more satisfying, rewarding, and more flexible. You can use in all different situations. Her Hawk is the new piece of equipment that she has, and that's a little mini drone. So Hawk and Sparrow are her 2 items. The Hawk, you can fly, park it in a location, and it will automatically tag any enemies that walk through that camera's field of view from wherever you've left it parked.
We also see the return of party games.
That's right, one in the chamber, first one tomorrow, which I'm sure Matt will go into in a little bit more detail. That's one of our favorite modes from Black Ops 1, and when we did the party games back then and kicked that off. It's a very different way to play. It's kind of like a mix between slower and tactical and fast-paced sometimes and chaotic. It gets pretty crazy, those tense moments when you're one-on-one with somebody who you don't know if they have a pistol, if they have a bullet or not in their chamber. And then, of course, there's a series of others that are planned throughout the season, which you can find on the blog. And yeah, it's really exciting. That's going to kick off tomorrow.
Well, I mean, while we've still got plenty to talk about in the Operation 3 front, there's still a pretty large tuning pass for tomorrow as well, which we want to get into. Now, just to kind of, what are we forgetting? It's like we've got a couple new weapons coming tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we've got some new weapons coming. We've got the Rampage full-auto shotgun, which is a lot of fun. We haven't had a full-auto shotgun in this game yet, so been playtesting it. That's always a tough weapon to get right, but it's so satisfying to use, and we think it's in a great spot for the balance, so we're really excited to get that in players' hands. It's got its own unique set of attachments, just like all the other guns, so it indexes a little bit more on handling, actually, and it's got more of a traditional pellet mechanic where you want to get more pellets on target in order to maximize damage, so your accuracy is actually going to come into effect more than with some of the other shotguns we have.
And then there's the Switchblade.
Yeah, we got the Switchblade, which is a really fun SMG. It actually folds into kind of like a briefcase sort of shape and back again, so it fits in with the heist theme. It's because of its folding nature, modular nature, it's more of a lightweight SMG, so it's very fast handling, fast to reload. It fits in actually to some of the balance changes we've done to make sure that there's that it has a little bit of room for it. There's room to get some of the other guns to focus on their core strengths and make some more room for the new Switchblade. So it's going to have its own place within the SMG class that's getting a balance pass as part of this operation as well.
And I mean, so especially whenever you get into map locations like casino and sort of fitting the theme of Grand Heist, we've got a new melee weapon as well that fits right into the mix.
That's right. Grab the cash, grab the money bag, and then smack players in the face with it. There's a money bag melee weapon, so we're just thinking of ways to have fun with the operation. New melee weapons, and that is the new melee weapon. It's a bag of cash. Smack people with it. A couple coins might fall out. So it's a lot of fun. Just to run around the map with that thing.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. That's
For
right.
the next operation, maybe we could live stream that creative brainstorm, sort of like how
You don't want to see that.
Yes.
how we get to that one. Anything else that we want to cover on the multiplayer front before we dive into tuning pass stuff?
Well, one thing we kind of breezed over, but there's two brand new maps that are coming with this operation to multiplayer. One is called Lockup. The other one is called Casino. And Lockup is set in an LAPD kind of police headquarters that's been assaulted. The bad guys are trying to steal the evidence in one of their cases against them, is the fiction behind it. And then, of course, Casino is, as its name would imply, is a casino based in...
Just explain that to
Just
me?
right on the
okay.
nose.
Right on. Okay, got it.
And
Reading
it's
into it.
based in Monaco, so it's kind of got that European flair, very ornate, very opulent kind of old world sort of casino building with Formula One racing happening all around it. So it's pretty awesome. These two maps are very different. If you look at the difference between the two, Lockup really is about verticality, rooftops, fighting high-low, up and down. Through some winding passageways.
Well, we're going to jump in with Miles here pretty soon.
Okay.
He's
Giving you the overview.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes.
So one more thing, just I don't know if we made the point or not, but the operation is going to be going on for like
Couple months, yeah.
Couple months.
It's going to be going through March and into April as well.
So what that means for us is there's going to be more things coming throughout the operation, right? There's a lot of stuff dropping right here at the start, and then of course we've got more. We can't say what those things are or whatever, but just
I'm sure we'll have plenty of teasers.
There's a lot coming.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's jump into tuning pass stuff. So, in addition to Operation 3, there's plenty of updates planned for tomorrow. We will have some stuff to talk about a little bit later on the Blackout front with multiplayer. What's in store?
Well, so we put the balance changes that we're doing out actually on Friday. So they're out there. Some people may have seen them. You may not. So you can check out the Reddit blog post to see that. And of course, we'll go over at a higher level here rather than going through every single change. But really, the way we've actually, for weapon balance, from how we look at it and the analytics and data, it's actually the best it's been in a game at this time in the past few months. So we've been a little bit hands off, but at the same time, we want to freshen the game up. We want to address the issues that the community has been talking about and experiencing. And really, this game, we're taking more of an approach of a community-focused, more focus on the community feedback than just kind of data-driven.
Yeah.
And we want to hear what people have to say. We want to hear what their take on the various issues of the game are. And that's been actually really successful, and it's been great to get all the feedback from the community. So we've been reaching out a lot, and so that helped inform on kind of not just like what we do exactly, but how we do it, or just getting extra opinions on this pass.
Has the community of fans had much feedback?
Yeah, well, it's great. It's more data really, like every single. But we get to read it individually, and kind of there's sometimes a little bit of detail that's hidden can actually be a gem of insight. You never know where it might come from. So one thing that we heard a lot of, number one, was the Titan. That was the number one piece of feedback we got. A lot of people love using the Titan, but it's as far as our whole player base goes, there's people aren't quite happy with where it's at right now. So we're going to make some adjustments to that, bring the Titan kind of where players' expectation is for it, and we're doing that by a couple different ways. Really, it's about making it feel fair in a heads-up gunfight, so you feel like you have a good chance against it. And also, some players have, we've had the issue of it taking down score streaks a little too quickly, so we're taking down its ability to do that a little bit. Still going to be strong. We want to keep the core feel of it. That's important of it, right?
Absolutely.
That the guns still feel powerful. So the Titan was kind of the first one from the community perspective, and it matched up what we were seeing. So that was an easy one to knock out.
If I'm not mistaken, there were a couple, and this kind of gets us into sort of the competitive feature set. There were a couple updates made to weapons that sort of, we wanted to make sure that we got out in front of this week's CWL action as well. And it's probably worth mentioning as we kind of head into these updates that League Play goes live on Thursday.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, the League Play's going live.
So SOG 9, what else is?
So I mean, this will affect. Now talking about assault rifles and SMGs kind of as a class, right?
Yeah.
Because it all kind of ties in together. That's going to affect the majority of players right there between those two classes. So we really wanted to get the balance right within those classes. We like how many there's about 4 to 3 or so ARs to SMGs. We like that balance. That feels good for players. But within the class, we're seeing like too many Spitfires, right, or too many SOGs. And then on the AR side, maybe too many Maddoxes. And when we also see that mirrored in the public match and the competitive play, that's when it's a sign that there might be a problem there. We feel like we're really getting it right when the pros are using different guns than are popular in pubs, because that means those are the skill-based guns. So that's where we like to be, ideally. And we see that with some guns, like the ICR, for example, is really popular with the pros. So when it comes to that, we took that pass to balance across those classes. And there was an opportunity there as well to address some feedback that was coming straight from the pros. Specifically on the SOG. So the pros are so good that they can notice when the speed gets a little bit too fast for when it starts to mess with their gun mechanics. And the SOG is actually having that issue with its base movement speed, with its stock movement speed, and we're getting direct feedback. There's a whole loop of things that the pros know more about there. And we wanted to address that. So we took down the speeds of the SOG down to a reasonable amount for an SMG. Actually, as a gun, it was faster than all the other SMGs, which was something we were toying with this archetype. It doesn't need that in order to be good, so we're going to bring that back down. That's also going to help with the overall pacing of the game for competitive and pubs. So that's really mainly the SOG was mainly about its speed. Other than that, it's going to play very much the same. So when we take the SOG down a little bit, we have to think about the next gun that all the pros and players have been gravitating towards, which is the Maddox. That gun's kind of been sucking players in towards it over time. We're seeing more and more players move towards it. So in order to stem that off, make sure that it doesn't become a one-gun meta in the pro or the public scene, we want to take the Maddox down a little bit and as well elevate some of the other assault rifles. So hopefully what we see is some better pacing, getting that tighter gunplay across the board, and then more guns that are going to be relevant in competitive and public.
All right. We've got Miles in a pre-recorded segment kind of walking us through Casino and Lockup in greater detail. Before we kick it off to Miles, is there anything else that you guys wanted to cover, particularly on the MP front?
I mean, I can touch on the just kind of additional tuning with score streaks.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say that Tony's FMJ2 was preventing devastating score streaks, but we came to an agreement. No, I mean, it's a good point. Tony, Kevin, and myself kind of looked at very specific, what is FMJ2 doing to certain vehicles? So we've increased some vehicle health, like the strafe run, for example. On the strafe run again, it still wasn't quite hitting our targets. So we're doing a big buff pass more than anything for the score streaks. We made the cost adjustments earlier in the year, I believe it was. So we're still just fine-tuning the score streaks, and I think a big one for the score streaks that I've seen some positive feedback on was that score streak kills in modes with friendly fire, hardcore, your Pro Series mosh pit. Those won't actually contribute towards the team kill kick limit. There's a lot of times that you're afraid to call in a strafe run in hardcore because it could potentially get you kicked. So we're that's one of those times where we've kind of held sacred to that, and you know what, we're gonna make a change there, and so you're not gonna get kicked with score streak kills after tomorrow. There may be some additional punishments needed there if it becomes a problem, but we're gonna put that out and see how that goes. So overall, just a few buffs here and there for score streaks. So I'm hoping that's gonna be good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Then on the specialist side as well, we got a few changes coming in. Consistent feedback we've been getting, things we've been feeling here in the studio, some of the specialist abilities that are getting more and more play, that there's not enough counterplay there. So we're focusing on making sure that you can counter the abilities that are frustrating you. So 9-bang, we got a couple new ways to fight against that. You can change stances, you can see a little bit better through it. You won't put the tactical mask is going to be more effective counter. The Seeker drone, getting very popular. That's going to, if you shoot that thing with a shot, you're going to be able to take it out. Thing's small enough, it should go down to a bullet. That's how we felt. in playtesting, so it feels like there is a proper counter. So that's one of the changes too. And of course, we have Outrider coming in, who's really going to mix up the whole specialist meta. So we got to see how she comes in, where the cards fall. She's just been a lot of fun to develop. She's kind of actually been easy to develop because she's just been really fun right out of the gate. We just make tweaks, and everyone's been enjoying playing with her. And I think the secret to that is that not only is the Sparrow super satisfying to use, it's got a scope on it now. You can use it at a long range, you get that zoom, and it's just overall more polished and smooth than it's been before. But her Hawk drone is so satisfying to use. You really get a different gameplay flow and pace to throw out your drone, fly it around, pilot it to just wherever you want, which based on the game mode or the map or your play style, you can use it differently depending on any of those. And not only that, but you put it there, and now the enemies actually have a really interesting way to interact with that. It's super satisfying to see an Outrider flying her camera around and you shoot it out of the sky, right? So there's some good back and forth there. She's fun to play. She's also just as fun to fight against.
Cool. All right. Again, just to kind of reiterate, we've got the blog post for Operation 3 that has gone live this morning on Treyarch.com. You can find it there with the roadmap for the entire operation. Unfortunately, our producer Miles Leslie was not able to join us today, but we did have a chance to catch up with him the other day, and we were able to tape a segment for him to talk us through Casino and Lockup, the two multiplayer maps that you'll get with Operation 3 and the Black Ops Pass. And with that, we'll throw it back over to Miles. Miles, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us about the multiplayer maps coming in Operation 3. As people watch this, it'll be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. High level, what's coming in Grand Heist?
There's a lot of content, so with the MP map specifically, we've got two brand new experiences that we're super excited to talk about with Lockup and then Casino, and then all of the, different weapons and the Warzone, the Blackout changes that we've got coming out. There's just a lot going on in the Grand Heist, and what we really try to do with the operations and Grand Heist and with, the previous Absolute Zero was really try to wrap it, in something and give it some theming that we can try to attach to and really embellish and get the team kind of engaged in. And I think the two MP maps, specifically talking about those, really lean into that idea where it's the Grand Heist and we literally have a police station and a casino that is being robbed. So it feels like it fits perfectly.
Well, I mean, the team has always done a pretty amazing job with sort of the depth of the lore for their multiplayer maps. Give us the backstories on Lockup and Casino. What are we getting ourselves into?
Lots of things, lots of trouble. So we'll start with Lockup, which is really cool and different, is we've never done a police station. And it really started from this idea of, so we talk about verticality, and we've had verticality in maps, and even if you go to Elevation, which we just released previously, is where we really wanted to get high to low consistent fighting. Give you examples, we wanted a team to have to own a roof, right? We wanted to have to king of the hill. We've never kind of done that before. And this idea started to just kind of flow as like, hey, this police station could work where, bad guys have taken over, they've attacked the police station and they kind of owned the roof. And now it's about attacking the roof in lots of different ways. So the hook of that really is getting on the roof and the verticality to and from it. Switching to Casino, which is drastically different, is while there is some verticality, the main thing is that the entire center of the map is one continuous open space. So it feels super grand and epic. The map is fairly large overall, and the rooms are connected. So it feels very different because there's a lot of long range, but there's also ducking and weaving behind slot machines and roulette tables, is really embellishing and using a lot of things in the map.
Well, I know the team has been really kind of exploring a lot of different types of gameplay, introducing some new game modes. To what extent have game modes really kind of inspired sort of design and the look and feel of some of these maps?
Yeah, it's interesting because we know objective gameplay is going to focus, right? And TDM is super popular. So we always start with TDM as just like general flow and engagements is without having to go anywhere. Am I going to want to go find you? Am I going to want to go hunt you down? Or am I going to want to sit here? Is that okay? Is that not okay? So we start with TDM, as the base game mode, and then get the kind of foundation down, and then we'll start, start playing Dom, because then it's really going to anchor the middle, right, where that ends up, because not always it is in the middle. Side lanes, hardpoint, obviously, because you're going to get the entire map overall, and then you start peppering in all the rest, search and destroy, everything else. they really do influence it, and we really try to make the right changes per game mode. And that's come through if we talk about lockup is, you know, we tried a lot of different dom spots specifically, and it's in the middle, right? So you've got this roof basically, and there's these large windows, and you're looking down, and it can feel like a death pit, but there's a lot of ways to kind of get these guys out of the roof. And it feels like it's once you actually take the B flag, it's like a sense of accomplishment that I think other B flags may not have had in the past. And we're really trying to push that as a sense of like, I did it, right? Like we did it, right? Like, hey, you know, Torque, good job with the you know, the barricade and the spawn beacon back over there. Is like there's a sense of let's use all of the things to really have to accomplish this goal.
Well, I think you've started getting into my next question. Is like, if I'm a fan of Treyarch map design, like what are you showing me? What are you giving me that I haven't gotten before?
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, we always start with our 3-lane base design, and that's the foundation because we know that that's a jumping off point. But with every new DLC map, we want to push it further. So this verticality in roof is really, really different. Is you really need to take the roof to be successful. And it's the central building, and there's lots of ways up, and there's other roofs that shoot to it as well, and you're weaving in and through the police station as well, and it's all in chaos, by the way, because it's been under attack. Basically, these you know, high criminals have basically attacked the police station overall and just caused destruction. But the gameplay is really interesting because a lot of the side lanes have a lot of opportunities for longer range, or you can try to be sneaky as well and use some of the verticality to take down the dudes on the roof. And one of the cool sort of elements with the roof is it's a one-way drop. So if you drop into the building, you can't get back up unless you're ruined. So there's a commitment there that we kind of haven't had before. Is like, if I go down, I'm not going to be able to get back up. And there's a, you know, there's a sense of like, am I leaving the power position? But it's also a cool bail because you get that like blockbuster movie moment where you're like, hey, I got to get out of here, and you're jumping out of the window, right? So there's some cool stuff there.
Nice. Well, there's some surprises in store with Casino too.
Yes.
The other day we were kind of talking about some of the map stuff, and you had mentioned in passing that you've been involved with like the development of about 200 maps single-handedly. All right.
No, there are lots of, I want to be clear, lots of people work on these.
I was joking. But like, I mean, you've seen some maps.
I've seen some maps.
And
yes.
Casino's got some new twists and turns.
It does. This I can say is, you know, it's true. I have worked on multiplayer since World at War and been involved in MP and really, you know, been involved with the team on crafting all these. And Casino's actually the hardest map I can say I've ever made. And we went through a lot of iterations where it
Why is that? What made it such a creative challenge?
We really wanted to like challenge ourselves, and even with the, you know, you talk about 3 lanes and what that can be as a foundation is how do we make it feel very, very different? And we wanted a larger map, but also a sense of the lanes aren't separated, right? So the middle is all one central, if we're showing it now. So if there's one central, you know, lane that actually feels like, you know, it could almost encompass 3 lanes basically. And we've given you ways as you head down through these slot machines in the central bar, and some of this stuff right here, and weaving your way towards this bar that you can hold down, and then move into some of these side rooms that have some of the more like roulette tables and poker tables and stuff like that. But the main thing is that it's really large, and basically on each side of the middle lane is like it's long range here, or you can rotate around the bar and it's shorter range. So we've never had within a single lane this way to like quickly maneuver in and out of short and long.
Yeah.
And the ranges are really long. It's very different, and that caused a huge challenge to us because trying to really embellish the environment and use those elements has been proved to be very difficult. Like slot machines, right? They're not built to be used as cover, right? And set up good engagements, or, you know, craps tables or roulette tables is like, how do you use those things? Because if not, you're not doing justice to the casino element. So we really try to find the right way to do that, and that took a lot of challenge to nail down. Is I think we rebooted this map like 3 times basically, where it was like, okay, this has got something, and then it just wasn't enough. Okay, let's redo. Just redo. And that's what we do, but this one has been very, very difficult. But all in all, we're super proud of this one, and the team is really resounded to where we're like constantly pushing those, like, it's not good enough, we got to do more. And it's like, okay, let's tackle that challenge in a way.
Yeah. Not really sure why I didn't get the memo, but I mean, when it comes to holding down a bar, I'm your man. Okay?
We got all the ref from you.
All right. So, I mean, just kind of as we kind of wrap it up, high level, like what do you hope people take away from Lockup and Casino?
Yeah, the main thing there is I hope people when they dive in, really get the sense of how different these maps are, right? Is from the outside and looking at them, it can look more like a standard map in that sense, but there's so many little, you know, twists and turns and different experiences that you can have that it's really going to encourage you and in a way force you, like we're talking about making that choice on the roof, to play differently. And I think that's the main thing we're really trying to go for is you could play a lot of the maps how you want to play, right? Like, I'm a creature of habit. I love my creative class. I love my setup. And, you know, you could do that in these maps and be successful. But if you learn the environment and you learn the engagements and you learn some of these really different things we've got and start changing your play style and using the different weapons and equipment, you're going to be even more successful. And that's kind of that, like, you know, that feeling we want is like, okay, I tried something new, that worked. Okay, this worked. And, you know, it's almost like you would have classes per map. Right, is like, oh, this is casino, let me have this loadout. Oh, this is, you know, lockup, let me have this. That's the main thing is this feeling of it's very different, but it still obviously feels very Treyarch and Black Ops 4 overall.
Nice. Miles, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, thanks.
That segment with Miles may have been pre-recorded, but right now I am here live and in the flesh.
Live.
With Jason and Craig to catch up on all things zombies. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, John. Hey, John. It's good to be here.
All right, so for zombies, in today's blog post, we mentioned that there's a new experience coming in March, which we'll get to in a moment. But we've got the name to reveal. We've got some stuff for today.
Some stuff.
So.
It might be an idea to kind of recap a little bit where we're up to.
I like where you're going. It's like you're in my head thinking my thoughts. Go with that.
See that? That was me transmitting the idea to you,
it worked.
John. So, you know, obviously, you know, with launch of Black Ops 4, we've kind of had more maps than we've ever had at this stage. So it's, you know, been really funny that we had our 2 Chaos maps at launch and our 2 Ether maps. And then we had the Dead of the Night, which is a little bit of a palate cleanser, but now it's time to announce that after all the craziness that the characters went through in Voyage of Despair and 9, they are now going to be going somewhere else, and that is going to be the focus of our next map. Now, what's fun about this is, with all those launch maps, things were a little bit crazy for the characters and the community, but now those guys know what's going on a little bit more, so they are going somewhere new, somewhere they're already on the journey to, and people have seen the outros, will have an idea about this. We are going to Greece, and we are specifically going to Delphi. Delphi! What do you know about Delphi, Jason?
It's in Greece.
It is. Right. Plenty more facts like that coming up.
It's called expert knowledge.
But what, now that people and the characters understand the rules of the Chaos story a little bit more, we're going to do something interesting here, because we are actually going to be visiting a world where a Sentinel trial has been running for a very, very, very long time, because as some people will discover, Sentinel trials tend to end when they are completed or when everybody dies. So in our new level, there are some other characters knocking about.
Yes.
And you're going to have to find out about them and what role they play and why this trial is continuing and where it's ultimately going to lead them.
Because all our previous maps, we saw the trial start.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first one where this trial's been running, as Craig said, for a very long time.
All right. So in addition to we teased the key art this morning. We've got an image of that Tommy can throw up, but we also have a name.
There we go.
There we go. Lovely.
Boom. Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Yeah.
Like I said, a long time. That's what ancient means.
We were like, how do we hint to the audience?
Get the thesaurus out, Jason.
Yes. Ancient Evil.
So yeah, as I say, this one is it's the kind of map that I really like, where there's a lot of events and characters and significant story shifts within the map. I mean, going back to what we were talking about before, you know, there's some things hanging over our characters. If you saw the outros of Voyage of Despair and 9, and all of those things will come into play. You know, people they've been under the influence of drugs, but some of them, as players will know, are also under the influence of some other forces, and all of that is going to come to bear in Ancient Evil.
So I believe that there's a little bit of news that you wanted to share in terms of sort of the twisting and turning of the storyline and sort of where it's headed.
Yeah, so this map represents the last map of the Chaos story for this season. So
Jason, where are you going with this?
So
What could it mean?
So this is the cliffhanger here.
Maybe a step too far, but it's cool. That's just
He can go higher in pitch if he tries. So this is
I wore the wrong pants.
this is the last one of the Chaos story for this season.
For this season.
So the next two, so going into our DLC 3 and DLC 4, will be back to the Ether storyline.
It's one of those things. You know how Jason and I have often said we like to have our cake and eat it? It's nice the fact that we're going to have a kind of nice even split, 4 and 4, between Ether and Chaos, because we still enjoy them.
Yeah, we like
very
our
much.
cake and eat it, and a
Yes.
small cake factory on the side
And
as
a
well.
second cake.
Yeah.
All right, so there's all of that cake coming in March,
Yes.
but that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't any updates, double negative, sorry. There are updates coming tomorrow when...
Cupcakes.
We got some updates coming tomorrow.
We're just going to shout bakery things out.
DEFCON 5, go.
DEFCON 5,
Gauntlet.
new gauntlet for Classified. And then we also have a new gauntlet for Blood of the Dead as well, which is Helcatraz. Interesting little story there. Helcatraz was actually the dev name of Mob of the Dead when we first made it, way back when. So we thought as a little homage, we would
An homage
call
to
it.
ourselves.
Yeah, there's actually a picture of sitting around the office that says Helcatraz that we mocked up when we were thinking of Mob of the Dead in the very beginning. So there we go.
I mean, there's some footage on here of the gauntlets, but
Yeah.
one of the things that appeals to me about the gauntlets, and I think I've made no mistake about not being a particularly good player, I'm not as bad as sometimes we've said. But the fun thing about the gauntlets is Jason's nodding, that's not fair. The fun thing about the gauntlets is it does let people experience some of the features and bosses and enemies and stuff that they normally wouldn't get to in the course of amateur play, shall we say. So, you know, it can really help educate you about a level as well. So that's one of the fun things I like about gauntlets.
Yeah, and it's, you know, so when we first put Gauntlets out, we didn't know how it was going to be received. And we got an overwhelming kind of positive response in terms of people like mixing up the gameplay. So we've been listening to that feedback, so we've changed some of our rules or adapted to that feedback, and so those are in Helcatraz and in DEFCON 5. But yeah, as Craig says, it's really good for kind of beginners because it'll teach you about a level, you know, hey, tell you about a shield, tell you about certain weapons and usage. But then it's also good for advanced players because it tests you in different ways as you get further up. And obviously it's same as last time, which is 3 sets of 10 levels each to get all the way through a gauntlet.
We've also got the Ethereal Razor perk coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Great name.
Yeah, literally hours were spent on that name. Yeah, I'll leave it for the community to discover, but essentially it's a perk which has a buff to your knife or to your melee weapon, and it allows you to gain health when attacking the undead.
I also believe that you've got plans to support signature weapons and throwing in some additional tier skips along the way.
Yes, so let's start with tier skip. So tier skip currently, if you play to round 15 on a daily basis, you get the tier skip. Now in this next update, daily callings will also give you that tier skip. So that'll be 2 tier skips possible per day. That's a mouthful. Is 2 tier skips now possible from the Friends of the Zombies? Yeah. And signature weapons as well, they're coming in. Yeah.
Shortly, we will have David Vonderhaar and Matt Schrantz on to talk all things Blackout. And we've got a special video that we want to share with anyone. What would you guys like to, anything that you'd like to wrap up on with any updates tomorrow, anything about what is to come between now and March? And if not, what are we going to watch?
So I'll
More things coming.
More things coming. Yes,
Always.
more things coming. I think we've got blogs and other things kind of that'll, I don't want to spill all the beans right now. So I'll leave that alone.
Sure.
But the video coming up is our director's music video that we always do for Dead of the Night.
Yeah, which was one of the funnest maps to work on.
Yeah,
with
lots
the
of
cast and just some of the ideas in it. It's one of my favourite ones to play. I like following ghosts around, which is why I work so closely with Jason.
There we go. There we go.
So yeah, it's kind of it's full rock and roll.
All right, outstanding. Well, then on that note, we will throw it to Dead of the Night.
A warning carved in figure.
Welcome back. Here to keep the conversation rolling on all things Operation 3 Grand Heist with a focus on Blackout is David Vonderhaar and Matt Schranz. So guys, we got a couple things to get through today. Let's kick it off with the new prestige system and some of the emblems that one may have seen teased on various
We're
social
not in a
media
hurry,
things.
right? We got some time?
we have as much time as you want, David.
Good, because I could take a lot of time.
We'll take it.
All
There we
right,
go.
Here we go. So let's talk about the prestige system, which is really more than just the prestige system. So let's talk about what all encompasses all the changes that got made to the merit system in general. So first up, you are going to be able to prestige in Blackout. There is a healthy dose of the population that's sitting at 80 star, wondering what to do next.
Yeah.
That's coming. And then there's a lot of folks who are not there. So there's a big chasm and gap between the folks sitting at the top and the folks not. So for the folks sitting at the top, you're going to be able to prestige. It's the 10 levels of prestige, but it's also more than that because the Paragon levels make their way into Blackout. So you're going to be able to play forever. On top of that, though, let's talk about the folks that are not quite there yet. The guys sitting at 35 and 45 and feeling like it's hard to advance. So this was a design decision that we made pretty early on to only reward kills and placements at the high end because that's the core of that mode. But we're loosening that up so that there'll be more placements kind of below that. So for example, in quads it's pretty much the same. The top 50% of the players will be able to advance, but solo players and duo players gets lots of love right now because those players, 50% of them will now also be able to advance, get merits for placement. So we sort of push the placements down further. That covers the two things. Maybe even more importantly than that, which is a little harder to understand, sort of if you just look at it, is the Blackout merit system has everything multiplied by 10. And what that lets us do is create more merits to give out in more situations to more people more of the time. If you only give out one merit for something, it's hard to give out a half a merit for something. So 1 becomes 10 and 100 becomes 1,000, right? And that kind of system change allows us to do other things, especially in other kinds of game modes where we can give away more merits for different types of activities related to that featured playlist. So those are the three major changes going on there in the nutshell version.
All right. One of the things that
I'm happy about more merits. It's hard.
One of the things that Dan talked about at the front end is that all of the content that was illustrated in the roadmap that we shared this morning isn't necessarily available on day one. A great example of that is Hot Pursuit, new game mode coming within Blackout, and that's coming out on Friday.
Yep, Friday.
Hot Pursuit. What do we need to know?
It is hot, and there will be pursuit.
Nice.
No, it's so it's a super fun game mode. With our past game modes, Close Quarters Frenzy, Ambush. Has been, a variant. It's still, very slow. The gameplay is still there from Blackout, but with this, we kind of want to say, we said, how can we have more fun? How can we fit the theme of this cops and robbers Operation Grand Heist? So we've been working on brand new vehicles, and they're going to be highlighted in Hot Pursuit. First up are the police vehicles. We've got the police SUV, we've got the PBR boat. And then we've got some other vehicles that the players already used, and those are going to have police skins in Hot Pursuit. And when you hop into a police vehicle, whether it be an SUV or an ATV or PBR, you're going to have some inherent benefits that are going to feed into that game mode. So police vehicles, first up, they're going to have a built-in sensor dart. That's one of those things where from the early days of Blackout, we saw players shooting their vehicle with a sensor dart. So let's build that in for this game mode. It makes perfect sense. So when you're cruising around in a police vehicle with your sirens on, you're going to get the benefit of a sensor dart. So you're going to be able to move through and kind of root out the bad guys. On top of that,
At great penalty, I mean the siren's not exactly quiet.
The sirens are not quiet. So if you want,
that's fun.
That's
nice
what we call risk reward, John.
If you could show me like in shapes, maybe scratch and sniff, that would be great. Cause like I'm pretty baseline.
We'll check it out after.
Okay.
So in addition to that, the police vehicles will also see enemy muscle cars marked. So that marking is going to be a red beam shooting up from the sky, which is super cool. You hop into a police vehicle and you just look around and you're going to see all these bad guys marked by the beams. You want to go chase those guys. The muscle cars also have inherent benefits, and their benefit is they're going to be on the lookout for loot, high value loot. And so their benefit is they're going to get the same marking, but a green beam, and that's going to mark every single supply drop and supply stash that's currently active in the level. And we've taken a lot of the high value loot, level 3 armor, trauma kit, tactical weapons, operator weapons, gold weapons, and those are only going to be found in supply drops and stashes. So if you want that good stuff, you're going to want to grab a muscle car, head to the nearest supply drop or stash, and get that out of there. In playtesting, that the fun, the laughs, the chuckles that we've heard most is when you're chasing each other around. So the police vehicles are on the hot pursuit of the muscle cars, who are then looking for the loot. We're kind of working off a variation of down but not out respawn rules. So if you have a teammate alive at the next collapse, you're going to be able to redeploy. With this, we kind of looked at that, and we saw, it can be tough to drop into the last circle with a strife pistol. So we're going to try what we're calling escalating loadouts, and those loadouts will escalate per circle or per collapse. So you may start out with a strife and some ammo, and if you get the chance to drop in the final collapse, you may get a little bit better of a loadout. So that's going to be where you're going to end up dropping in with an SMG, maybe some armor. Just because we know it can be more difficult in those final minutes to really compete with enemies that are on the ground. So it's super interesting, super fun, and we've been having a blast with it.
And throws the rules of a Blackout kind of experience and turns them inside out, where you're getting more stronger the longer you go. It's
fun.
It's fun.
Well, I mean,
good diversion from the core.
Just riff on that for a minute, because it seems like, and you mentioned down but not out, and it seems like between what the team has been doing in Operation 2, what's planned with Hot Pursuit, seems like new game modes are an opportunity to kind of play in new and inventive ways.
Yeah, I think what you'll see, sort of operation to operation, every operation has kind of a core theme to it. This one, Operation Grand Heist, you have cops and robbers, so you see a lot of cops and robbers related activity across MP and Blackout. So that one has this mode. Other future operations will also have its core theme or core idea, so it'll have its kind of crazy new take on a game mode. But it's not just the one that you get kind of the first couple days of the operation. There's some other activities around there, hardcore, and some other thoughts that were going on. So we're going to keep the pure game mode evolving, right? The pure base, battle royale experience that people know. But we're also going to constantly try to put the featured playlist in, including the featured playlist that you've seen. So it's not just about Grand Heist. It'll also be about Down But Not Out. It'll also be about Ambush. It'll also be about all the things that you sort of create along the way and the combinations of them. So as we build up this library, like Matt said, we actually get to take some of the rules from one and apply them to the other, and then everything kind of just gets faster and better as a result of the continued involvement and progress that we're making, to allow different types of game modes to be played inside of the Blackout map. One day, who knows what's possible?
Anything's possible. Well, I'm sure that our good friend Ben Lewis will have plenty of updates on the Reddit machine tomorrow. Along with that, I'm sure there'll be a number of sort of updates in terms of quality of life. You guys have been busy on that front as well.
So nothing is more important to fans than the quality of life improvements, at least when they hit me up directly. So there's a couple of things that are going to make it in right off the bat, and more still in the way. So the three that are probably worth kind of mentioning right off the bat is, if you remember the new the stash UI, what we call the supply stash or the death stash UI, when there's an item in the stash, it only shows up once. It doesn't show up like a frag, a frag, a frag. It shows a frag with 3 pips on it. So that idea has been carried over to the quick equip menu. So when you're pressing up on the D-pad to kind of select something quickly, you don't have to burn the space of it 3 times. You only have to burn the space of it once. That just makes everything a little bit faster. So that idea has now evolved into the quick equip working the same way. That's one. The one that I think fans will be super excited about is when you go to get a gun, you can strip the attachments off that gun immediately and then put them on the gun that you have. So that's a big change. So if you got a tactical, for example, on the ground, which of us does not strip the tactical to put all that stuff on the gun that we're using? We pretty much all do that. So now you can just do that. And you can do that with any gun. Anything that's not compatible will just kind of drop to the ground around you. So that's a big change.
Nice.
And then the other one that I like is you can actually now equip something when you pick it up immediately for both equipment and for health items. So if there's a big med kit on the ground of some type, or maybe an axe, you can just grab it and it's in your inventory, so you can throw it and grab it and throw it and grab it, right? You don't have to grab it, go into inventory, go up to quick equip. All that's now one action. So those 3 things are the sort of the significant ones that players will be able to feel kind of right away on Tuesday, and then some more that we're still experimenting with in the quick equip for potentially downstream in the season.
And along with that, there are some tuning updates that you guys have planned as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like MP, we've got a big list of tuning updates, weapon balance changes based off of data, based off of feedback. One that I'll mention that's come up a lot in feedback is the ABR. ABR is a great weapon in Blackout. We definitely saw its popularity rise a bit with our previous armor tuning. So that one's going to get a little bit of a change. I believe on that one we've increased the recoil just a touch. and we've increased the delay between bursts just a touch again. So we don't want to swing too hard. I think we did that with the SDM. You know, sometimes we can look at the data and you get a lot of feedback and kind of overshoot that. So we've made some micro changes, taken a look at the data, and I think everybody's gonna. It's not. I wouldn't say a huge meta shift, but some of those weapons that you have been carrying, you know, you may want to look at something else. For example, light machine guns. That's a big change for us. You know, it is a small change.
Yeah, but why? It's important to know why, right? So
you kind of look at that journey. So over the past 2 weeks, we've got a lot of feedback about everybody's driving ATVs, running people over. We don't want that to happen. You know, vehicles are for traversing the map. We don't want them to be primarily used as offensive weapons.
But we don't want that's all I have. That's all I got going for me, man.
No, you can still try. But
then you should play Hot Pursuit. No, but that said, it's still a part of Blackout.
Yeah.
You can still get ran over.
So what are you doing with the LMGs?
So with LMGs, we were like, you know what? We don't want these to be laser weapons. We don't want everybody to be rolling around with LMGs. What can we do with them to give them a unique benefit? So they're actually going to do double damage against vehicles. So, you know, for example, a Titan in Blackout may take today 40 bullets to take out an ATV or a helicopter. It's going to come down to 20. So those VKM 750s and those Titans that you leave laying around, you may want to pick up one of those and you know keep it handy.
You want to. I mean, the meta changes over time, right? So we think it's so important that there are fast-moving vehicles in the map. That's what the ATV is for. The ATV is not necessarily supposed to be used predominantly as a weapon, and it was really Ambush, I think, where we started to sort of see that kind of behavior come out. It's not unexpected in a mode like that, but then that becomes sort of the part of the new meta, and that's the fun thing about working on Blackout is the meta is changing all the time. What was super viable yesterday was not viable 10 days ago, and vice versa in the future. So you have to constantly evolve with the times with that stuff. So now there's multiple counters to vehicles, and the weapon tuning is kind of an unusual place to go look. But now an LMG, which most of us would probably pass over most of the time if you look at the data, if you look at how we play, if you look at how you play. But now you hold an LMG as a secondary, and it's on par or better than a rocket launcher as a secondary, on par or better than a ballistic shield as a primary equipment, on par or better than mesh mines as an anti-vehicle device. Now there's like 4 different ways, alternative, and the LMGs are good because once you start using LMGs to blow up vehicles, you're going to start using LMGs to blow up people. And then this weapon that you're all skipping over most of the time, you're probably not skipping over it quite the same. And that's today. Then there'll be something else, in the next season as the meta evolves and changes. And that's what makes it fun. Makes it complicated to keep up with the pace of it, for sure. Make no mistake, we know this better than anybody, but we're not done trying, and this is one way. Yep. Just removing the ATVs is not a solution. Their start speeds, potentially other things that we've looked at, including fuel, potentially. I'm not saying so. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do quite yet. But we talk about these things all the time. We're listening to what you're saying about that. We're looking for interesting ways to solve those problems, not just the really obvious way, which is to delete everything, right? Delete everything, you have nothing left.
Yep. And then additionally for LMGs, since we're on that topic, they're all going to have a little bit less recoil. So they'll be slightly less frustrating to use against infantry. So yeah, I think I'll be picking up a Titan over.
T-minus 1 day until you tell me they're overpowered. One day.
Yep.
1 day.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
You guys are like the best guests ever. Like I mean, wind you up, let you go.
Tell me when to stop.
This is
Do it.
Warzone.
No.
I did that for the tweet earlier. All right, let's move on.
All right.
I got one more on
What?
tuning. One more on tuning, because it's a big one, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of feedback. Hopefully, all positive.
Armor.
Hopefully.
Armor.
Undoubtedly.
We gotta talk about armor.
We've touched armor a few times. Armor's a new thing for us. Levels of armor, Blackout's a new thing for us. So we're still trying to dial that in.
What would you do, Matt?
Well, for this title update, we took a look at the data from where we were before our last tuning change to our oh my God, level 1 is paper now. I hear you.
Level 1 is paper.
And you know what? Level 1, looking at the data, the curves of our graph of where people were dying previous to the patch to after, you weren't entirely wrong. So we are going to bring up level 1 and level 2. So level 1's going to get a slight bump. Level 2 is actually going to come up to where level 3 is now, as far as damage mitigation.
Damage mitigation, not durability. Don't confuse the two.
Right. So we flattened.
So many people tweeting me.
We flattened the armor levels. But now level 3 still has the inherent mitigation of headshot damage. We've also brought back the armor plates to repair for level 3 armor back down to 5, now that those are all a little bit more aligned. So
talk about the shot differential, though, because in the abstract it can seem like they're super delta, and they're not.
Yeah, sure.
Delta.
You know, before we made our tuning changes, I believe it was 5 shots with an ICR against an unarmored enemy, still the same, and then it kind of went up from 6 to 8 to 10. So we're slowly flattening that down a bit, and when you just look at that on paper, it doesn't seem like a huge change. But depending on the range, and if you're using a very low-powered SMG, it can, those hits to kill can jump a bit. So we're just trying to dial those in, and I think this pass we've all been super happy with internally. So I'm looking forward to getting the feedback on that, like I inevitably will.
All right, David, I believe that you guys have you brought a build with us, and you wanted to jump into some of the new locations.
This is doing it live. I mean, everybody else.
Are you sufficiently pumped?
I don't know. I'm steaming. There's steam coming off of me. All right, so what we're going to do is try this in real time. So, yeah, we had one of those fancy fly-through videos like MP had, and them slickly produced zombie videos. But no, we're going to try it the hard way because we're doing it live. So I want to show you this stuff because it's just sort of easier to talk about than watching a video. So can we put this up on the screen and show everybody? That's good. So what you guys are staring at in real time is Ghost Town. And Ghost Town is the primary new destination that we've been talking about. And Ghost Town is the combination of Standoff or Outlaw, depending on which version you like more from which game, added to the Blackout map. So let me just show you where this is kind of in context. So I'm down here, right down here in the southeast corner of the map. Is that right? Yeah. So a significant new destination. And so just to give you a sense of scale here, if you ever played Buried from Zombies, then you kind of know what you're staring at here. So the mansion on this side and then all the town. Let me drop to the ground real quick and try to run around a little bit just quickly, then I'll fly back out and show you some other things. All this stuff is playable. So all this kind of interior space has all the loot that you'd expect of kind of a primary destination, has all the kinds of tricks and traps and backsides and flow-throughs and all the things that you would know. And this is all covered up, so you're not going to have anybody dropping on you. The downside of it being underground is that you can't actually just sort of escape through the top. There's no clear way to get back through there. So you're going to have to use one of the many ways to get out, which means the chokes, when you're trying to get in and out of a destination like this, can be pretty severe. There's only sort of 3 primary ways in and out, which means your entrances are not the same things as your exits, and you cannot just sort of surface jump from the top of something and make a run for it in any sort of direction. So this is kind of what, whoops, oh, good. Cannot get the dev GUI there. Help me out.
Need some help?
Yeah, I need some help with that.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why the no clip's not working. Amateur hour up in here. So you got Outlaw, you got Standoff on this side of the map, and then the way down into the buried section of Ghost Town is through the jail cell of Outlaw. So you're going to have a lot of fun. This one is particularly my favorite. It's like a one-way kind of slide down this mine shaft, which can be pretty entertaining and choky. So this is a significant destination add. Just to put this in perspective, if you look at the playable space and the amount of interior room and the number of places that things can go, you're talking construction site level spawning of items here. So this will be a pretty fun and pretty insane destination that provides a particularly new experience into the Blackout map. Now, just before we stop on that, there's another thing to talk about. This is not the only thing that we did. So I'm going to show you 3 examples of stuff. So there's things that we've done inside the Blackout map, which we would call completely new. So there's this entire kind of camp section behind where the dam is and where the offices are. So if you look at where I am in the map up here, there's Hydro. This is a very popular drop for myself and Davey in the Bridge Ambush community. Shout out, boys. I'll see you tonight. You got this thing right here, which is where this is. So now you've got pressure on Hydro, not just from the guys who dropped short on offices or the guys coming up from Asylum, but also this whole thing, which is now pretty viable. It's like a decent, viably suitable place to drop. If you're going to be less looted, but then you're going to put pressure on the guys to come in. So that's what we call new, and there's more than one of those. The other one is down here. This is another example of something inside the map that's completely new. But that's not sort of the totality of that story either. Let me go over, find my way here. This is what doing it live looks like, guys. I'm going to come over here and drop what we would probably call, or what you would call, apartments or condos. You remember this section of the map here is typically has been 6 buildings, what we called the 6-pack, or actually that was a term I think you guys picked up, 6-pack, and then we now have it as an 8-pack. So now this is even more viable as a potential first drop, even in a quad game. So you get some pretty fun activity, sort of guys fighting across the street from one another or house to house. Now there's 8 buildings. So again, you're not going to walk out of here completely looted up with the quad game, but you're definitely walking out of here in a duo game and a solo game super looted up. So that's what we would call expanded. So you have new, which are destinations which didn't exist, sort of secondary and supporting structures, and you have these, which are expanded, and there's lots of these. I want to show you one more because firing range fans will be thrilled to death or very, 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 very unhappy with me. So here's another one that's gotten expanded. Look how close this is to firing range. So if you get drop firing range and you cleared it all out and you think you're done, maybe, maybe not, because you're going to have this destination, which has been expanded, putting pressure on you coming down from the hill here. And this is an absolutely tough fight. It's tough enough as it is. I mean, now it's even tougher still. So we like these kind of destinations which are close to, they're not as large as or significant as, but they're also adjacent to, and that puts interesting pressure on players. One last one to talk about, sort of, and that's, you know, more macro than that. What you'll see along the way is kind of different and more supporting things, sort of running along your typical paths that are just sort of expanded. I think this one by the riverbank here. Let's see, where am I?
Yeah, some of those the support structure additions we've added are my favorite for my playstyle because I don't like to drop hot. It stresses me out. So with these new support structures and my leisurely jaunt from place to place, destination to destination, I have more places to kind of explore and look at. What's that? What is that?
What's that? What is this?
That's a. Oh. That's a dope muscle.
It's time to wager on, to wager. Oh no.
So as you're driving around, some of these areas that you're pointing out, like these are things that have been sort of coming into existence. It's not like they just kind of popped out of nowhere, right?
Oh my gosh, we started seeding out the survey stakes as an example.
Yeah.
Where these things might be going, and with the high degree of wait.
What is that, David?
What's that? What's that?
That's the 5-0.
Whoa! No, you didn't, Matt.
There you go.
You
didn't. So you get a little look at the built-in sensor dart there. No enemies,
my God.
just a one-man.
Oh my God, what have you done?
No, you can turn those off.
What have you done? What have you done?
You can turn those off. You lose the sensor dart functionality.
Why would you turn them off?
Well, if you want to be a little bit stealthier, if you want to go for a more of a cold pursuit.
I'm done.
I don't know.
I think I've outlived my usefulness on this one.
Thanks, Hot Fuzz. Appreciate it. All right.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this one.
All right. So, is there anything else in the Blackout front that you want to cover here today?
Is there anything in the Blackout front that you want us to cover today?
No. I see what you just did there. No, I mean we covered it all. I mean,
there's a lot there. Like Vaughn said, we could sit and talk for hours about the changes that players are going to see tomorrow, that they're going to see a week after that, a week after that.
Yeah, Tony talked about it a little bit when he was up. I want to reinforce this stuff. Like the season. The operation, is not tomorrow. It is not Thursday. It is not Friday. It is tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and the entire time. And we put the roadmap up on the Treyarch blog site. It's treyarch.com. I linked it earlier so that people can just have a direct link to that thing while you guys were talking about it. It's just really important that you understand that this stuff is seasoned and plotted out over the course of time. It is designed to give you things kind of on a schedule that's predictable, and it's absolutely and 100%, and you're absolutely right, on us to do a better job communicating how that works, and that's why we're doing this. And it's not the only thing we got going on with this. We got some deep dives on the coming with the developer update, which they're editing right now, I think, and we're going to do a much better job. We're going to get on camera a lot more and talk through these things so you guys can understand them more than the bullet point inside the Reddit post. That's just one of the things that we do. It's not
what we're doing, why we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Did we make it through?
I think we made it through. All right, before we head out today, just wanted to offer a few thank yous. First, thank you to our guests who worked really hard to get here today. Also want to thank the comms crew, Tommy, Ben, Stephanie, Foxy, and Mr. Jay Purrier, Robert Sanchez, Lee Staples, and Rose Villasenor. Want to thank all you guys. Want a few special call-outs for the Activision crew, Malik, Jeffrey, Jared Castle, all of Art Services, Justin McFarland, and for all your help getting that roadmap done and over the finish line. Kelvin, Kyle, and Allie, thank you for helping to get all those last-minute approvals. Yeah, that is about it. Yes, I don't know who else could possibly be left. I'm sure I'll be hearing about that later. Nice. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. Operation 3, Grand Heist.